In 2017, I purchased a 2013 Nissan Altima, and I was financed through Santander. Uh, I had a um, a high interest rate, and I didn't realize it at that time. They kind of pushed me into this vehicle. I didn't do my homework. There was plenty of times I bought cars and paid for them, and at this point in time, I felt like I was kind of pushed into this contract deal. So the vehicle was listed at 16,000, a little bit over 16,000, and the finance charge was $17,000. So it was 27%. Um, uh, Financing was supposed to go over 72 months at payments of $470 a month. So I made payments up until like 5 years. What prompted me to find out what was my total payoff was a friend of mine had the same car and mentioned that they were almost on their last payment. So I called Santander, and they told me I still owed a balance of 17,000. And I was like, wow, well, how? Well, I've been having this car for like 5 years now. How do I still owe $17,000? And so I asked them to send me a copy of the contract. And at that time, I was able to retract, what the situation was with the high interest rate, the amount of the vehicle, the amount I had to pay. And then I learned that I only $518 had went to the principal of the vehicle. So I felt that something wasn't right because I never had those type of deals before. And within 5 years, I've already paid, cars off that I owned before. And so I Googled Santander, and that's when I found out that they had this massive lawsuit going on, a class action lawsuit that spoke about them having to pay $550 million to consumers for subprime loans, um, and charging high interest rates, and basically designing for a consumer not to be able to pay their car off. So I called, excuse me, Santander back, and I let them know that I was aware of the scandal that they were, involved in, and them having a payout of $550 million. And I asked them, did I qualify for this? And they told me that I didn't qualify, and they never gave me an explanation why. And I began investigating. I began looking into other deals, other people's situations, with Santander, and it all seemed like what I was experiencing. And so I reached out, and I sent out some complaint letters through Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, our Attorney General here in California, to get answers. And so at that time, I had just missed the opportunity. They just already had closed the settlement out, so it was too late for me to act. And so I reached out to a couple other organizations, and then I also filed my complaint with you guys. And then um, right now, I'm just kind of waiting to find out what my options are. So what I want for Santander to do is offer me a deficiency waiver along with the pay slip to my vehicle, because I've paid like about $20,000 on the vehicle already, over the amount that I actually what the purchase price was for. Well, the purpose for me is for buyers to be aware. Do your homework before you enter a loan. Make sure that that's not the only option for you to finance a vehicle. Make sure that you can afford the payment over 72 months, and basically just understanding your contract. And if you're not comfortable at the place that you're trying to get a vehicle at, take your time. If you have to go to other car lots, do that. But what I would recommend, if a person has okay credit, and if they can get a loan from a bank or their credit union, to get the loan through the credit union to pay for your vehicle, and then pay the credit union or your loan back. That way, your interest rate will be reasonable, and doable. But that's what I would say to the consumers. Don't be in a rush to purchase a vehicle. Do your homework. Check reviews on the finance company who's willing to finance you, and just make sure that your rates are comparable with other companies, because then you'll be in a situation like me